Hey everyone, this is vlog number 23. Ooh, you can kind of check out this is my garage. Today's gonna be a bit of a hard one for me because I'm gonna try to talk about my fears and just in an attempt to just culminate a lot of insecurities and energies and just cast them out into the world, because I feel like maybe I'm bottling them up, hiding them behind a very bright exterior. Let's go with the first one. Okay, let's start with something random. Let's start with I don't a big insecurity. Okay, so when I was a kid, I had my fortune told by this random little girl, and this girl that I ended up liking later in elementary school, but that's unimportant. I think it stuck in my head for a very long time. She read my palm and she said, "Your life will be very confusing." I don't know if it will be always confusing, something like that, but maybe it'll be always confusing or just a mess. And to be honest, it's not like it's not holding true. I'm capable and talented sometimes, but at the same time, because I can learn so quickly, I can get bored of things, and then I don't know what I want to do with that. The only grind I guess I've ever done is exercise and gaming and just trying to understand whatever I can. So that's always been a fear. I don't want to have a confusing life, but I ended up having it just because I'm not the type to be able to settle and just work at something forever. But I always want to do that. I always want to I can get to this above average level, and then I'm not willing to commit to get to that another level that takes almost the same amount of time and effort, but you only get incremental changes. It's a scary one for me, that I don't know. I hope that I can become comfortable with the chaos. Maybe that's what my whole life's gonna be just staying inside the chaos and then learning that the chaos is everything to me, and that's where I'm comfortable. I never want to be I had a fear. I've always had the fear that I never want to end up like my father, who left my mother, and always he kept just going. I don't fully know my dad, but he has kids in the Philippines, he has another family, he's obviously not with my family. But my dad, I don't want to be a player, but I've dated lots of different girls, and I've had my heart broken, and they're broken many hearts, and it's what was the point of doing that when you're already so broken yourself? You can't even fix yourself if you don't know what you're doing, and it's I keep ending up doing what I don't want to happen. One of the stories I really like from the DC universe, so there's Superman, there's Batman, there's all the ones we all know. If any of you know Buster Gold, I think is his name, he's basically a hero from Superman's universe. He goes back in time with futuristic equipment, and he sets it up so that he can try to look like a hero. But in the end, he's a coward, and he's super fraudulent. But each time you watch his story inside of Superman's story, and Superman's always, the better one, even though he couldn't be as fast as Buster Gold during the setup ones. During the real ones, he's there with courage, and Buster Gold couldn't do it. But he learns that he can find the courage for his story. And I really, really like that character, because I keep switching hands, I'm sorry. He's not the hero of the entire universe, and I don't think anybody in this entire world, none of us will be the hero of the entire universe, but he's a hero for his story. He gets a girl in his own sense, and he finds his redemption for himself, even though he is a fraud. He's fraudulent. That's really beautiful to me, like being the hero of your story. I hope that everybody becomes that, even if it takes a long time. I guess that leads on to me being scared of ever being fraudulent. Like, I know I am talented, I guess, and capable, but what if I'm not talented enough? What if I can't? That's like the most terrifying thing. Like an exterior of confidence, but it's so insecure inside. You know, obviously I can get really good at games, but then can you be the best? Can you get past that breaking point for your own fear and your own guilt that you're not working hard enough? And then finding out it was all not worth it. Or maybe it was worth it. Maybe it was worth it to find out that you couldn't do it. But the only way I'll find out is if I try, so I'd rather try at this than anything else. More fears. Fears coming out in the open. I don't have too much more on this. Scared I might go bald. I'm not too scared. I'll make it work, but you know, that's still kind of like, oh no, I've always had this awesome hair and now I don't have it. Doel's, I guess a lot of people who are like happy exterior is like a deep, like I'm just such a proud Leo lion, but obviously on the inside, you know, can be more sensitive. I should become more disagreeable too, slightly too agreeable. Just like letting things happen and letting it be inconvenient to me when I should. I'm not talking about any of you, by the way. I'm just talking about just in my general life. I should stand up for myself sometimes for certain things that it's like I don't want to happen. I should just speak up. It's a long one. It's a long one. It's gonna be a little earlier than everyone's as well. Most of you, I think. There's this new song I really like, Broken by Lovely, the band. I like that you're broken like me. Maybe that makes me a fool. I'm gonna listen to that on repeat for at least a week, 2, a month, let's be honest. Yeah. I'm just gonna go about day by day, but maybe releasing it, saying out loud helps a little. I'm super afraid it's like maybe I'm above average, maybe I'm just average, maybe I don't have that talent that I think I do, but I'll only find out if I try, if I throw myself in there. Maybe I'll find love. I think I'm more accepting of my recent breakup, because I realized that it didn't work because neither of us tried, and if you're not gonna try, why would you be together? And that's a hard thing to accept, but it is what it is. Maybe there's more out there, maybe. We all suffer, and we'll all. I just hope that everybody just understands each other better for it. Even the rich, privileged kids suffer, just in a different way compared to how, you know, an unfortunate, like, no money home does. Alright, we're about hitting that 10-minute mark, so I love you all. Work hard. Just persevere through it all. Persistence. Have a nice night. Boop.